sheets reported.
Oh boy, here we go. Um, I think first of all, um, Lucha Underground was probably 100% my creation, along with Chris Roach and Matt Stallman. Like it was our creation. Like the product that they first gave us was so different from the product that you saw on television. Like the thing that they pitched us was total crap, and we pretty much told them this is total fucking crap. Um, I think it was cool because Robert Rodriguez allowed us to just do whatever we wanted to do. Like, I think that like that's what's so cool about like I thought I'm like oh when I first signed on I'm like oh my god I got this big movie director who's going to be my boss, right? Like he's going to have a million notes, he's going to do. But Robert was like, I trust you guys. Like, do your thing. Like, do whatever you want. Like, you're an artist, just like me. And I would not want like a movie studio telling me what to do. So if you know what to do, then do it. And like, I mean, that was absolutely incredible. Like to feel that empowered by such a big time person. Like I mean, this guy's like directed Quentin Tarantino movies, and like, he's got Spy Kids, and like, dude, like this is a big time dude. But he was like very cool about that, and I think Mark was kind of the same way. He was like, hey, like I think Mark thought like as long as I'm making money, like do it, or like I don't think he was like as creatively involved. I think Mark was like more of like, okay, you're making this for my production company. But I think Robert, like, he read the scripts, every week, read them, and gave like zero notes. Which I don't know if you work in television, like especially in Hollywood, like you don't ever get zero notes. Like you get a lot of notes, and it's usually from some like assistant that doesn't know crap. Um, and he wasn't like that. He was freaking awesome. Um, it's like this is this guy's network, and he entrusted us to do it, and that was great. What else do I have to answer?
Just in terms of your creative highlight there and the
Oh,
issues allegedly about Konnan
Konnan.
and the
Okay.
promotion or company.
Oh, boy. Got to think about how to do this Konnan thing the right way. So me and Carlos, we got along at first, um, but I have been in the business for a long time at that point, and I thought that Carlos was full of shit about a lot of things. Um, I also thought that he had his vision, I had my vision, fine, but his vision was like 6-man tag matches and shit you watch on AAA, and that was not my vision. Like my vision was like, how do we tell compelling stories all the time? He's like, oh, we could have like a 6-man or something. I'm like, okay, well, if it makes sense, then we'll have a 6-man, but we're just gonna have one for the hell of it. Um, I respect him as a performer. Like he's one of my favorite wrestlers. Um, but then it got to the point where he was poisoning the locker room, and like making like I don't know, like a rebellion against me with like some of the Mexican guys. Um, I don't think all of them were in on it, but they also had to be because
It's Konnan.
yeah, it's their livelihood in Mexico, right? So another thing is we found out while doing the show that like we were paying the Mexican wrestlers for the first season through Mexico, through AAA, and they weren't getting paid as much as the American wrestlers. So we like had to put a stop to that because mean, Eric, me, Tony, we were like, dude, that's not like, why should Drago be getting paid, $250 because Mexico took, 1,200 from him, or whatever for one match? Like, that's crazy. So we instituted a thing where we paid them directly rather than paid them through Mexico, which I think started a little bit of a revolution amongst those guys, especially with Penn and Phoenix, where those guys got out of their contract and like became bigger stars because like, dude, like those guys were being, I mean, Pentagon was getting paid $250 maybe a match, where like other guys are getting paid 2,000 a match, And I think that he like him and Phoenix, especially like I think that opened the door. And we had to open the door because if we didn't legally, we would have been screwed. And it just wasn't fair. It's like I don't know, Sexy Star is making $150 a week when she's in the main event every freaking night, or Pentagon's in the main event, and they're like, how can you? And they're also now they're talking to the American wrestlers, so like John Morrison's like, yeah, I'm making $2,000 a night, like yeah, and those guys are like, wait a second, I'm getting $150 from AAA, and they had no idea how much money was getting sent down there, and then they weren't getting anything. And then to get back to the Konnan situation, it became really volatile. It got to the point where we had to put a restraining order on him because people's lives were threatened. So he was not allowed to be around. So unfortunately, I wish that didn't happen, but it did. But then again, I didn't threaten anybody's life. Either him or somebody around him did. So that happened like right before the Rey Mysterio vignettes, which was like really crazy because Rey and Konnan just thought like because he was getting out a little super defensive and then was like, I'll fucking kill you guys type of thing. Crazy. It's wrestling.
Like
who freaking cares? Mm-hmm. Apparently some people care a lot.
Mm-hmm.